Show. I'm Jason Gilbo, J Gilbo 11. With me is Russell Clay at Russell J Clay. Taking a look at tonight's MLB slate, 7:05 and later start time, and looking through hitters on FanDuel. And overall, it should be a pretty solid night for offense. Obviously the Cubs come in pretty overpriced again. A little bit disappointing after we were looking at them yesterday against Chase Anderson. But do you want to carry on with about Chase Anderson?
Well, he's a very happy man, and sometimes good things happen to good people. And last night was the culmination of a lifetime of smiling for Chase. So
we must be bad people then.
Not bad, but not Chase Anderson good. That's for sure.
We're no Chase Anderson.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. Getting to catcher here. McCann, we were talking about McCann on the DK pod as a nice value, and 3,200 here. I definitely dig that.
I do, and I like him a lot more here on this price tag because he just kind of fits into a one-to-balance lineup if you're going that route. And he's also not going to kill him. He was a little bit overpriced, I think, on DraftKings, but I still liked him because he was sitting below 4K. But obviously, against Shelby Miller in that ballpark, the way Miller's been pitching this season, I like McCann a lot there.
Definitely.
And I think we were also talking about Molina, but because he's only 100 less, he kind of only works his way into like a Cardinal stack if he even fits in that way. Because getting the lefty Russin's pretty favorable spot for those Cardinals righties.
Definitely. And then, you pretty much just jump to punts. I think Cervelli's in play again, Grandal, and then Yan Gomes, obviously, probably the best value out of those three.
Yeah, Gomes got some big-time upside. 3 homers in the last 4 games for him, coming around power-wise. Going to Great American Ballpark, you got to like that for these Indians bats, and I think he fits in pretty well.
Definitely.
Anyone cheaper? Complete punt plays? Not really.
Oh, I got the old lawnmower going by. The old lawnmower. But no, beyond that range, I don't really see the need to go lower than Gomes here,
Miguel Montero, if he's pitching or if he's catching tight 2,300 against Nelson, is not bad. Just giving that lefty thing. If you need to free up the extra cash, I definitely don't mind him.
True. I can respect that. Jason.
Okay, very good. Or Evan Gaddis. He's another cheap one, I think, GPP-wise. Big night coming back. He spent some time down in the minors, but against Latos, I'm not afraid of him one bit.
Right.
Moving over to first base, and you kind of got some tough decisions to make up top. But you can take a slight discount with Ortiz against Volquez, but I still think I'm going to pony up the dough and take Rizzo there.
Definitely. Yeah, especially with the Cub stack, you're obviously looking at Rizzo here, even at that price. Just do it, throw it in, and go forward from that. Yeah, but after that, I think I kind of like I don't necessarily like that next tier down in terms of value tonight. Obviously, you like Ortiz, but I don't think it's a perfect matchup for him. I kind of dropped down to that Votto, Encarnacion, Abreu group at 38, 36, and 3,900.
What about Goldie?
I'm in on Goldie every night. But I think tonight I kind of like those 3 better.
Okay. Yeah, Encarnacion facing the fly ball pitcher at home. That's certainly playable. He's been coming around too of late, so I definitely don't mind him. And obviously Votto going up against Clevenger is kind of an intriguing play, especially at home.
Yep.
I talked about Mike Napoli, carries a little more value here, coming around of late, gets Finnegan in a friendly ballpark. 2 hits last 2 games, 4 RBIs last 2 games, as we've seen Cleveland just absolutely pummel Cincinnati, and now they head to a better ballpark. Napoli's kind of an interesting GPP play as far as a standalone guy. I also don't mind an Indian stack tonight.
Yeah, I like that call. I think that could work out really well.
If you go cheaper, John Jaso kind of stands out going up against T-Ran. A big night last night, 3 for 3. Obviously going to get the great matchup just because, Big Julio struggled there. 344 WOBA with a lefty since 2014.
Yeah, I think that's probably about the lowest I'm going.
Yeah, I don't see any need to go any lower than that. Second base here, and Daniel Murphy, 3,800. we kind of ranked him as the top second baseman option against Cologne.
That's a nice piece of meat right there. That's prime rib right there. Daniel Murphy at 3,800. So I'm really in on that. And I think that kind of overrules a lot of the guys around him and in that range. And I mean, I'll take Murphy at 3,800 over Altuve at 47 tonight.
And then you got Zoper is kind of that close second at 42 because I like him against Nelson in Miller Park.
Yep.
And if you want to look lower, I mean, it's kind of tough. I mean, I don't like a ton. I think Chase Utley 2,900. I kind of like skipping that gap of Pedroia. I don't mind Segura once again. I mean, he continues to produce. Eovaldi had a bit tough run right-handers, but I think he's kind of more favorable.
Jesus. I'll take Brandon Phillips at 2,800 and Starlin Castro at 2,800 as well.
Yeah, great options. I think that Cincinnati game's going to be pretty high scoring. And we have no Cesar Hernandez to punt down to.
Right.
So I think
there's a brush fire going on over here.
Man, quick story. I remember I was down in Florida, and I was doing an NBA pod with Justin. I'm sitting in the back porch, because it's Florida. I'm not gonna do pods inside. That's crazy. Yeah. And all of a sudden, the pool guy comes in and he just cranks up the machine next to the side of the house.
Oh man!
Anyway, on the third base. We talked about Nolan Arenado possibly being a great option here. The Rockies bats are still kind of priced highly. Obviously, with DK's dynamic pricing, it's a little bit different on FanDuel. I still like them as kind of a sneaky stack tonight, and I still don't mind Arenado as a kind of a one-off pivot from guys like Bryant and Longoria and Donaldson and that core there.
Definitely, yeah. No, Colorado's intriguing tonight against Wainwright. I think that's a potential stack to exploit here.
Yeah, definitely. And Longoria is a guy you kind of liked. How do you feel about the price tag as far as FanDuel? I mean, consistently producing.
Yeah, I'm not saying I'm out on him, but yeah, I'm out on him on FD tonight. I just like that price on DK so much more compared to where the rest of everyone fits. Because, I mean, I like Matt Carpenter, too. I like Donaldson. So I'd rather just pay up for them than sort of jump down to Longoria.
Mm-hmm. And then Jake Lamb, another lefty from Arizona that you could target against Eovaldi. Having a really solid game this series. 2 homers. Can he make it a third straight? Possibly. I mean, he's got the matchup to do so. I don't mind it.
Right.
How do you feel about Travis Shaw? Just real quick, Travis Shaw.
Am I allowed to talk about Red Sox here, or is that purely you?
No, go ahead.
I mean, he's good. I mean, there's really some things in life are simple, Corey Coleman catches 20 touchdowns in 8 games. He goes in the first round of the NFL draft. Travis Shaw gets a lot of hits every game, and he's a good play, even though sometimes he goes later in the lineup.
You always find some way to work in the draft. It doesn't matter what you are, You could be ordering a steak dinner out at a nice restaurant, and you're like, oh, man, Ezekiel Elliott of meats, I think I'm going to go with him. You work that in. Tell the waiter, I was very disappointed in Tyler Boyd's combine this year. So I don't know how you felt, but I was very disappointed. Okay. Give me the potato skins.
Oh, yes. I'll order, sir. Sorry.
Third base, kind of a spot you're paying up for tonight. I don't see a ton. Yeah. There's not a lot of value that I like down low.
I mean, these guys from 3,800 to 4,400, I really like a lot of those guys, including Matt Carpenter, even though he doesn't look like he belongs in that range.
Mm-hmm. Shortstop here, we were kind of looking as far as this spot being we talked a lot about the lower guys as far as DK. Diaz doesn't quite pack that same punch and same as Cozart, but I still think they are at a discount from guys like Bogarts, obviously Correa. I think shortstop's still going to be a spot that I pay down unless I'm stacking some sort and a guy like Correa finds his way into my lineups or Bogarts. I can't see us using them as one-offs tonight. I think Cozart, Diaz, Brad Miller are kind of the ways I'm going.
Machado staring me down at 3,900, but yeah, no, I mostly agree. Other than that, I think paying down is probably the smart move tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I really like Lindor 3,500
Mm.
against the lefty in Great American. He hits solid from the right side. Being a switch hitter, obviously, and I like him a lot.
Yeah, and Brad Miller 2,700, like you mentioned, that's pretty good value.
Yeah, Miller's about as low as I can go. I can't see myself using anyone lower. I mean, what about Nick Ahmed, Western Mass guy?
It'll be a great talk with the mailman tomorrow if he gets a single. We'll have a real
He'll be in
excited.
the newspapers.
We'll be really
Western Mass
engaged.
hero gets one hit.
Yeah, we'll be really engaged. It'll be the headline of our local Western Mass newspaper, that's for sure.
Uh, Moved on to outfield here, and this was a night that we were kind of looking at to kind of sit in that mid range. I mean, you and I were both in agreement. I mean, obviously, guys like Blackman and Carlos Gonzalez carry more value on DraftKings, but we were both on guys like Gregory Polanco in that kind of mid tier there. And then we also like some of those Cardinals right-handers as well.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Again, I think Cardinals right-handers are really good, really smart play tonight. And I think the ownership's going to be down. I don't think it's going to be too crazy. So in tournaments, definitely a nice way to differentiate yourself.
Yeah, and if you're looking at kind of cheaper outfielders too, I mean, Brett Gardner and Jacoby Ellsbury, I mean, very cheap in a great spot in that ballpark, and you're not spending too much to get them. I mean, they're both below 3,500.
Mm-hmm.
I think you can really sit in that mid tier and kind of build a balanced lineup.
Right, I'm with you.
Yeah. Anyone kind of lower that you're punting with?
I like the 35 to 37 range. I think Piscotty again. I think Jay Bruce is an intriguing play. Guys like that. I mean, it's kind of tough. Again, Hayward in that Cubs stack. Guys like that. Adam Jones. I kind of like that range.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. I mean, guys like Matt Holliday, 2,600, intriguing. Marlon Byrd, 2,600, getting the lefty there in Cincinnati if he's in the lineup. That'll be one to kind of check just because they're going to lose the DH, so things are going to kind of shift around a bit.
Mm-hmm.
But I think those are about as cheap as I can go, and those are, I mean, very good price tags for guys facing lefties who are known lefty mashers.
Definitely.
So, if you're paying up for one outfielder, who would it be?
Jose Batista, because he's not in the lineup.
You want to get him on his suspension day?
I like Harper against Cologne if I'm paying up. I think that's a really good matchup for him.
I'm going all the way up to Trout if I had that cash left over.
Okay.
Obviously, needs a high upside, but against Bolsinger, he can certainly do it.
Yeah, that's fair.
It is fair. I mean, it's Mike Trout. When is it not fair?
Yes, fair it is.
That's going to wrap things up with the FanDuel Punch Out. Be sure to check out DailyFantasyCafe.com for all our great tools and content.